Hey guys! In today's video, we'll tell the story of one of the greatest legends of hip-hop, Tupac Amaru Shakur, or Tupac Shakur. He was born on June 16, 1971, in the Harlem neighborhood of the bustling city of New York, USA. At the time of his birth, his mother, Afeni Shakur, and his biological father, Billy Garland, Tupac's parents were members of the famous political party in the United States known as the Black Panthers, and were being accused of conspiring against the government of the United States. After separating from her partner and Tupac's father, Afeni married Mutulu Shakur, who became Tupac's stepfather and gave him his last name. Mutulu Shakur was convicted on conspiracy charges in 1981 for his involvement in an armored car robbery, during which a guard and 2 police officers were killed, and for helping his sister Assata Shakur escape from prison. Tupac had a younger half-sister named Sekiwa and an older half-brother named Mopreme, who became a rapper and appeared in some of Tupac's music videos. Tupac's childhood was marked by many difficulties. After his stepfather's departure, his mother had to raise him and his siblings alone, facing poverty and homelessness. In search of shelter, Afeni even lived in homeless shelters in New York City. But even in the face of adversities, Tupac found refuge in poetry. He began writing poems in a diary as a way to alleviate his pains and sufferings. At the age of 12, he discovered his passion for theater and joined a theater group in Harlem, performing in various plays. In 1986, he moved with his family to Baltimore and enrolled in the Baltimore School for the Arts, a time when he excelled in theater classes, participating in various plays. Tupac and his siblings moved again, this time to the home of a family friend in Marin City, California. Unfortunately, in Marin City, Tupac began selling illicit substances, which caused tension between him and his mother, leading Tupac to leave home for a while. He even lived on the streets before finding temporary shelter in the homes of various relatives, including his brother. In 1990, he landed a gig as a dancer for the hip-hop group Digital Underground. Soon after, Tupac had his first major opportunity to showcase his talent in front of the microphone. In 1991, he became a rapper on the song Same Song with Digital Underground. The following year, he decided to pursue a solo career, signing with Interscope Records and releasing his debut album, Tupacalypse Now. However, his true breakthrough came with the release of his second album, Strictly For My Niggas, in 1993. The album achieved platinum status and included collaborations with prominent rappers of the time. Despite being at the height of his fame, Tupac's life was still filled with troubles. In 1994, he was sentenced to serve 1 to 4 years in prison, accused of violating a fan's rights, although he denied any involvement. Tupac had already been arrested on 6 different occasions since 1993. During this time, he also survived an assassination attempt while in a recording studio. Even after being shot 5 times during the robbery for refusing to give up his jewelry to the thieves, he survived. This incident marked the beginning of a legendary rivalry between Tupac Shakur and Notorious Big, another prominent rapper. Tupac alleged that Big knew everything but didn't warn him, which sparked an intense rivalry between the two. While serving his sentence in prison, Tupac released his 3rd studio album, Me Against the World, which became a huge success. After 11 months behind bars, he received an offer from Death Row Records president, Suge Knight, who offered to pay his bail in exchange for a contract with the record label. Without hesitation, Tupac accepted the offer and released 3 solo albums with Death Row Records. Upon his release from prison, one of his first actions was to record a song dedicated to attacking his new and biggest enemy, Notorious Big. With this, Tupac resurfaced and released his 4th album, All Eyes on Me, which achieved phenomenal success in 1996. Despite the controversies and legal issues, Tupac's popularity continued to grow during the peak of his career. However, on September 7, 1996, tragedy struck when he was shot again, this time while stopped at a red light in Las Vegas, shortly after attending a boxing match. Unfortunately, he did not survive this incident, passing away a few days later, despite initial signs of improvement. Tupac Shakur left us on September 13, 1996, at the young age of 25. Tupac remains an iconic and controversial figure in the history of hip-hop. His music, charisma, and legacy continue to resonate in popular culture, and his influence lives on in the music and social scene to this day.